Welcome, guys, to the Progressive Social Warriors, where we speak truth to power, where we speak truth to the Republican and Democratic Party, but especially the Democratic Party, because that's what we have, Trump. So I'm going to get into the healthcare debate and Trump care and Obamacare, and it's both bullshit, and your government is horrible to you guys. Remember, I'm Canadian, so I have a little bit of perspective on healthcare and what it really looks like, and what you guys have is batshit crazy, and you guys are arguing over crazy and crazier. So it's unbelievable. I got a couple of clips I want to show you guys explaining the differences between all of them, because I'm also going to explain what Bernie Sanders wants, which is what I have, universal health care, which is the only care that matters. The only one that makes sense, the only one you should be fighting for. This other bullshit that you're fighting for is ridiculous. Your government is horrible to you guys. And I hope you guys wake up and smell the coffee, because every other country has it. And the fact that you guys don't, and you guys just sit back and say, oh, well, it is what it is wrong. That's why I'm here fighting. I'm fighting with you guys for those who want it, for those who know better. Let's get into it. I'm going to show you Trump care first, even though I know Trump care is not happening anymore, but I just want to show the craziness of it.
They are definitely working in an Obamacare world. Can continue on your parents' insurance until 26, that's still in there. Requiring insurers to cover pre-existing conditions, check, still in there. Preventing insurers from setting lifetime limits, check, still in there. Tax credits so people can afford healthcare, check, still in there. Covering the people on Medicaid today, it is in there. The tax subsidies, the way we help people afford insurance, that's going to be based on age, not income, and it's going to be a lot leaner. The Medicaid expansion that covers more than 10 million people now, if you read this, it stops adding new people in 2020. These details, they will change as the Senate and House argue over the bill. You think of a group of people on a continuum, from the healthiest to the sickest. The sickest people, they use the most healthcare, so they're the most expensive to insure. That's why to get a good mix of people, to get premiums down on average, you need a lot of healthy people signing up for insurance. They use less healthcare, so they pull premiums down for everyone. This is the core question of insurance markets, how to have enough healthy people to balance out your sick people. The reason this is difficult is that healthy people, they don't need insurance as badly. So when more sick people come on board and the prices come up, it is the healthy people who leave. Without them, the insurance gets even more expensive, which drives out the next group of healthy people, and so on until insurance is completely unaffordable. The way Obamacare tries to fix that problem is the individual mandate. Everyone has to either have insurance or they pay a small fine. The Republican plan replaces the individual mandate with a provision saying if you get sick and you need to rejoin the insurance pool, insurance companies can charge you a 30% premium. Healthy people flee and sick people are all that remain. And make no mistake, if they pass this bill, Republicans will own these death spirals.
And there you go. That's your Trump care. Let's throw people off of health care. Let's give tax breaks to the rich. Wow, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Watching as an outsider is like watching a movie that you want to scream at the people and tell them to watch out, but they're not listening. You know, Trump is an idiot, but Obama and his healthcare plan is not much better, guys. It's better than that crazy shit. But, I mean, it's still bad. It's still horrible. And even though Trump, to be honest with you, I don't want to say that getting Trump elected was better than Hillary Clinton. But in a way, at least people are fighting now. Because if Hillary Clinton, even though she wouldn't have touched the healthcare system, you guys would have still been left with horrible shit. At least now, you guys can fight for universal health care. There's a debate about it. There's discussion about it. You guys can be like, okay, you know what? Let's push for our universal health care now. It's in the media. They're discussing it. With Hillary, you were never going to discuss it. The problem with Hillary's horrible. She would have been a horrible president. Donald Trump's worse. But the difference is, at least with Donald Trump, people are fighting back. With Hillary, the fight back wouldn't have been so bad. And she would have still been done horrible shit. So, and Donald Trump's not getting his shit through anyway. So, at the end of the day, he's an idiot. Okay, let's see your Obamacare now.
Obamacare. or the Affordable Care Act, is a law that was enacted to ensure that every single American, regardless of age, sex, or race, has access to affordable healthcare. The idea was headed by President Barack Obama, and resultantly, it's been named after him. Essentially, Obamacare is supposed to represent a medium between a fully fledged market-based healthcare system and a government-owned NHS-esque system that still allows people to choose their own health package, but also prevents people from being abused by the system. Obamacare supposedly does this by offering people discounts on government-sponsored healthcare plans and expanding the Medicaid system to ensure that people who can't afford healthcare are provided with it. As well as this, there are certain rules that insurance companies must now follow to prevent people from being mistreated by the system. For example, people can no longer be refused insurance or be forced to pay huge premiums simply for having a pre-existing condition. The issue with Obamacare is that some argue it has caused insurance premiums to skyrocket. Many argue that this is indicative of the whole idea. Obama simply wants to redistribute the costs of healthcare from the poorest to the middle classes, who are forced to pay more. However, whilst there are some that argue Obamacare has done way too much, some argue that it simply hasn't gone far enough. People like Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who argue for a single-payer system, say that Obamacare doesn't protect enough people and that a fully fledged nationalised healthcare system, like the systems in Canada and the UK, would do just that, protect everybody and not just a privileged few. Yet President Obama continues to insist that he passed Obamacare in its current form because he wanted a system that would appeal to both sides of the political argument and that he didn't want to cause more division in the country.
Okay guys, now there's your Obama healthcare plan that still shits. To be honest with you, the reason Trump couldn't get his healthcare plan put through is because you already have a right-wing healthcare plan. So the Republicans were screwed from the beginning. I mean, the Democrats implemented a right-wing healthcare plan. It's horrible. And you have to deal with insurances and co-pays and oh man, it's unbelievable. You guys, let's fight, man. Let's fight to get universal health care. You guys are the richest country in the world. Instead of them making your taxes go to war that you guys don't even want to be in and bomb innocent countries and kill innocent people for the rich and for profit, instead, and they tell you they don't got money to give you guys health care, but they got money to go bomb other places so they can fill their pockets. Let's fight back, man. This is bullshit what's happening. Obamacare is bullshit. Trump care is even crazier. But they're still both bad. Like I said, man, the reason Trump care didn't go through is because Obamacare is already right-wing healthcare plan. So how much more right can you go? If they go any more right, you guys will kill them. Okay? Now let's look at a real healthcare plan and a normal one. It's not even progressive. It's just normal. Every other country has it. Mostly all the first world countries have it. So it's a normal friggin' healthcare.
58% of Americans support Medicare for all. So how does it work? Medicare for All, also known as single-payer healthcare, would break the link between employment and insurance and would expand the existing safety net for people over 65 to all Americans. That would cover the whole spectrum of care for every citizen, from primary to vision, oral, and mental health. And instead of paying a premium to a for-profit insurance company, Americans would pay a tax. Employers would do the same thing through a payroll tax. These are average costs. And for most people, they represent big savings from our current system. But experts are at odds over whether the plan would pay for itself. Now, a lot of people don't like the idea of government getting involved with their health care. But it turns out the people who are on government-run health care now really like it. A lot more than people on for-profit insurance like theirs. And developed countries with a government-run system spend a lot less per person than the US does. Despite majority support from the American public, Medicare for All is only supported in Congress by a handful of progressive Democrats. That includes Senators Sherrod Brown of Ohio and Bernie Sanders, who's taking advantage of the chaos caused by Republicans' failed health reform to put forward a Medicare for All plan in the U.S. Senate.
And that's what a real healthcare plan looks like. Guys, and I don't even, that number, 65% of Americans want universal healthcare. You know why it's not 90%? It's because your media has convinced you that universal healthcare has all these crazy problems. Do me a favor, I have another video explaining healthcare in Canada, and it's not me explaining it, it's a bunch of different people explaining how it works, okay? And I found it because I thought it was the greatest explanation of how it works and what universal healthcare looks like, okay? So please do me a favor and watch that so you know that you're being lied to. It's all bullshit. They just don't want to they just don't want to give you guys universal healthcare. It's not to their benefits. What do they give you? They don't give a shit about you guys. They'd rather have your taxes go to war and fund their pockets. You think they want your taxes to go to healthcare? Yeah, our taxes are higher with healthcare, but our taxes go into our healthcare. Our taxes don't go into making bombs so we can invade other countries so that the rich can become richer. Guys, we gotta fight, man. Fight back. Let's get universal healthcare. That's what matters right now. No other bullshit matters that the media is trying to distract you with. Let's go, guys. Thanks. Remember, guys, please hit that subscribe button. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and follow the Justice Democrats. All the links will be in the description, so you don't have very far to go. Thanks.